And we are going live. Hello, folks. Fisher Fever is here. Thank you so much. Smash the like button on the way in, please, and I would appreciate that if you would. Moving a few things around over here and getting ready for everybody. Hope you're all having a good day. Fisher Fever, let me know what if the volume is okay. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna put a set of headphones on here and have a listen my own self. Yeah, seems okay from where I'm at. So, fantastic. Sharon's here. Hey, Sharon. Dragon Lair. Hey. Thank you for the volume check. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are all doing well. Redfish Bluefish. Hey, man. Yeah, all of a sudden, I'm looking over here and my dog Edgar sees somebody through the front door and he's all getting lippy about all this stuff. So, Fishroom, thank you. I did see that you shared it on your community tab, and I really do appreciate that so much. Amy5 Music, hello. I appreciate all the help from all of you guys sharing things out and sometimes joining me on the streams and stuff like that. I tried to think of a topic for today, and then I got to thinking, I really don't have one. I wish I did, but I don't. So, I'll try and just kind of talk to you guys until I run out of gas here. And, if anybody wants to join me and, we'll chat about different things. And if you don't, that's cool as well. As Redfish Bluefish says, hope you guys are all having a great day. And I do hope you guys are all having a great day. And he hopes so as well. It's hot here in Ohio, northeastern Ohio. We're probably I shouldn't say it. I mean, we were in the 90s, right? So we're maybe toward the low 80s today, which isn't nearly as bad. Haven't had much rain. We had 1 day of sprinkles, which did just enough to wake up the lawn. And so it had to be cut just because it was, kind of like an old man's area, spot here, spot there. And so got that taken care of this morning, but that's been about as action packed as it's been for me. I've been keeping up with water changes and honestly, no big spawns, although I have had a giant Queen Arabesque female pleco. That'd be an L260. And I mean, she's big. Try not to exaggerate, but every bit is the size of my hand, which is very, very large for a Queen Arabesque. And I've got a male that's half her size. And I mean, so she is in a big, big cave, been there at least the last year. Well, he's gotten sweet on her. And when she gets hungry, trust me, she just backs up and knocks him out of the way. But who knows? Maybe there's some romance in the air there. I don't know. What did I just say? Amy, you got pleco fry. What kind of pleco fry? Tell us more, please. Fishroom Fever, almost done setting up the PVC for my linear air pump. So yeah, good day there. Oh, that's awesome. Dragon Lair, I won some pineapple swords from Roe. Fantastic. They arrived today, got them drip acclimating, and they have to put them in the tub, but I'll be back. Oh, that's fantastic. Good for you. I am not a fan of the drip acclimation, but if that's what you like, you have at it, man. PVC for the linear air pump. I've got 2 of them down there just because I over-filter my tanks. I probably have at least 2 box filters and 2 sponges in every single tank from, let's say, 30s. Big 30 and up that much in 10s. I probably have a sponge in a box, 5s, maybe just the box. And I run hang-on backs in every tank. and sometimes multiples of those. And I got many canister filters I move from tank to tank to tank throughout the fish room. So Amy 5 Music, Super Reds. Oh, Amy, that's fantastic. Long fins or shorts? Always one more question, right? With the designer plecos, and I don't have anything growing out right now. I probably got, I don't know, 50 or 60 juvenile long fin Super Reds. They seem to, I was selling them like crazy. Holy cow! For the last 2.5, maybe 3 years. I mean, I couldn't even keep them. I couldn't breed them fast enough. Now, that's not so much, but then again, what you gonna do? Sean OTD, hey, nice to see you. Hey, senior shell dweller. Yeah, and Shelleys are an awesome fish too, but I vowed not to get back into cichlids again. Oh, dragon. They were in breather bags and decided to do. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So that said, let's talk about breather bags for a little bit, and maybe it can aggravate a few people. I still to this day do not understand when people choose breather bags. They'll tell you because, well, I can put more fish into the box. Well, actually, you can't. I can put more fish in the bag. Well, no, you can't. And what you really wind up doing is just as Dragon is showing us here, you put the onus on the receiver of the fish, because now as soon as the fish get there, you can't float them in the water to bring them up to temperature. And depending on how long they've been in the wind, you've got a lot of ammonia buildup inside the water, which is fine until you open the bag, and then all hell breaks loose inside of there. It's a terrible way to go. And I'm to the point now where, well, I mean, I haven't bought a lot lately, but I always ask, breather bags or no. And if they are immovable on the breather bags, if they have determined that it absolutely has to be breather bags, then I'm just plain not buying it. If they'll go with regular bags for me, then that's fine. And I always pay for shipping overnight. I don't mess around with that kind of stuff. So let's see. Amy said short fin, their first spawn 40 to 50. Sweet. Hey, nothing wrong with short fins. I just always ask. Let's see. Hey, Tom Patterson's here. I won the Neons from Roe. Came in at 74. Tank was 76. Did the plop and drop. Yeah, that's not bad. I just moved actually some. We're gonna have a senior moment here. Corey Doris, Agazi Corys. I moved them over to my Hypan Sisters, my 046 tanks. And I keep those around 86, 87. And I was moving them out of a tank with 80. And I got so aggravated because, they've got the orange peck on them. And I was just kind of netting them, trying to get them into a specimen cup. And son of a bad word, if they didn't, two of them didn't puncture here and here. So I got so aggravated, I just walked them over to the tank and then just dumped them in. So that was like a 7 degree difference up. They all did fine, but wouldn't recommend doing that all the time. So Sean, same, hate breather bag. Oh my God, I do too. I just don't understand. Dragon said a poly filter in the bag, so not about ammonia. Oh no, that doesn't take away the ammonia. Au contraire, mon ami. What it still does is it puts all the byproducts of the respiration in there. What happens is as soon, and I can't remember the name of the chemical that the polyfill helps with, but as soon as it hits the air, it turns back to ammonia at that point. So I don't know. Amy says, I like short fins better. You and Dan Hognett, Dan's Fish, Dan doesn't like long fin either. And there are some people that just don't. So I don't know. Redfish, bluefish, I ship. Oh, here. Okay, I'm going to learn something here. Ship breather bags with water that contains potassium carbonate. It is not possible for this water to drag CO2 in when the bag is open. Therefore, no crashing of the pH. Add carbonate, no pH swing. Okay. I knew if I stayed here long enough, I would learn something. So redfish is teaching me, and I gotta get my melon turned around here. And I want to read this again. I ship in breather bags with water that contains potassium carbonate. So I assume you put some potassium carbonate in there. Dragging CO2 in the bag is open, therefore crushing the pH at carbonate, no pH swing. I love that concept. I need to learn more about that, and I will absolutely do that. No two ways about it. Amy says, I think they're okay for shrimp. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, let me back up. Amy says, I think they're, hold on. Do you mean breather bags are okay? This is the problem with doing things the way we do with the written word. Do you mean that breather bags are okay for shrimp, or that short fin plecos are okay for shrimp? I would agree that breather bags are fine for both, because they just don't put out a lot of anything. And so you don't have a lot of concerns from a shrimp standpoint with breather bags. But isn't it weird to, let me get off on one more jag here. Typically, if people have a choice between typing something or speaking something, they're always much better at speaking something, right? I mean, you can use a lot of words, you can be verbose, you can put some inflection in it, and typing things were just not all that geared for it. And so what is the internet? It is primarily a written source. People somehow try to slide by putting, emojis and emotes and pictures and stuff like that. It just drives me crazy. I don't know why we have not figured out a way to turn the internet into a voice communication medium and not a typey thing. So redfish pH crashes like that with breather bags always occurs with very soft water with zero carbonate. Yeah, well, I got to tell you, bud, I don't have soft water here in Ohio. We got liquid rock over here. But, yeah, I was gonna say, I think that if you got a system that works for you, that's pretty cool. And breather bags are just the bane. Well, the other reason too, I mean, for me, it's so hang on, redfish saying. So for instance, pure water, mildly acidic at first. Within 6 hours, pH will be 5.5 though. Here's why, and he's going to type some more to us, so I will wait. Hey, redfish, if you got a handful of minutes and you want to come up and school us up as you have in the past, let me do an invite here, because I am always ready to learn from you, my friend. You got some knowledge here. Benny, hey, Ben. Got a new beta overnight. He has built one of the biggest bubble nests I've ever seen. Awesome. And redfish says, water does not like anything to be pure or drag in any kind of anything it can, and it loves CO2. So, yeah, I can't argue with you there. Okay, here's redfish. Add to stream. Hey!
How's it going, guys?
Oh, good Lord, this isn't supposed to be that hard. How you doing, bud?
Hey, man, how are you? Thanks for inviting me up. Is the audio okay?
Your audio is fantastic. I really appreciate. I always learn so much from you, and I really appreciate you coming up and schooling me up here.
Oh, I learn a lot from you too, man. I like your streams. I like your concept on the the way that you think of things. Keep it simple, Don't
Well, thanks.
Don't overcomplicate things.
Well, I was gonna say, some simple man, right? Do one thing.
No. That's success right there. No, the one thing that I was talking about with breather bags, and it's so just to keep things not just simple and honest. Water, you guys know this. Water does not like to be pure. Period. Pure water. It's a rarity. It never occurs in nature. Why? Well, because H2O is not balanced, right? If you work it out, it's not balanced in terms of anything. So it's going to have to drag ions in of something. And the one thing that's very present in our atmosphere all around us, and always has been really, carbon dioxide. Water is very efficient if it's pure right, at dragging in CO2, right? And
Yep.
so pure water, okay, yeah, it's technically 7.0, but you will notice very, very quickly that pure, quote unquote, water, even RO water, will soon be 6.9, 6.8, 6.7, 6.5, 5.5. How? Like that in 8 hours. Why? So what happens is when water draws in CO2 like that, a weird thing occurs and carbonic acid is formed, right? So that is what's going on. When someone ships you some Altum Angels, right, with a touch of general hardness in there and no carbonate in a breather bag, oh man. Well, that's what those angels like to be in for sure. They like real nice soft water, and they'll, they're happy and all. But if you're going to ship in breather bags, and I get it, you don't like them, and a lot of other people don't like them for more reasons than just that. And
Oh
those
gosh,
are
yeah.
yeah, those are legitimate reasons. But if you'll put a touch of carbonate, it doesn't take much. A touch of carbonate, and potassium carbonate is the best that works for me. You're not spiking the sodium in your water. I'm a plant guy. Sodium bicarbonate, not cool with plants. Sodium, bad. So
Okay.
potassium carbonate is what I use, but any carbonate you can use. If you'll put a touch of carbonate in the water, what happens is water's not hungry anymore. It's not looking for carbon dioxide. It has its carbon source, you see. So when you open that bag, that water is already quote unquote carbonated. It's not going to drag CO2 in and form carbonic acid. Now, there are other complaints about breather bags. If you like floating your fish for an hour, and like, I don't want to mess with them now. I'll come back in an hour or two. Not with breather bags,
Oh yeah.
right?
Well,
You
what
can
I
float
don't
them for a half hour. I've done that many times, but
you,
beyond
you
that,
can,
no.
but you're kind of choking them out. What I don't care for is
Yeah,
being a pleco guy, and you can't double
yeah,
bag a breather bag, so I'm kind of out at that
yeah.
point.
But so Corys and plecos, oh man, approach with breather bags real carefully. I mean, if you're shipping really small ones, maybe, but even then, it's like, man, they're spiny fish. You can't double bag them, you
Right.
know. And let's be honest, plecos and Corys, not now. A few Corys definitely need plenty of oxygenation in their water, but a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of fish do just fine with traditional fish bags, right? With or without oxygen. If you're going to ship them for 2 days, I just got a bunch of guppies in from Hawaii, 5 days, 5 days, yeah, 5 days in a non-breather bag with air, not oxygen, air. That's it.
Really?
Fine.
Now it took
Came in
them. So
perfectly.
well, let's back up a little bit. It took 5 days to get them to you from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because I have gotten, I forget what from Hawaii, and in 2.5, 3. Isn't that crazy? Because I don't want
Yeah.
fish in the wind for 5, but shipping right now is crazy. So you
Yeah.
had no losses, no problems, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, not at all. If you calculate the amount of time they went in the bag and then went in the box was sealed, and then I got it and opened it up, it's 5 days. So,
Okay.
maybe not necessarily in transit, like in a male guy's hands. You know what I mean?
Well, I
But
do, because I'm one of those weird people that if I'm going to ship Monday morning, I'm up at the crack of dawn, boxing it all up and running it down Monday morning to the post office. I know a lot of guys are Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. So, I mean, they're already in the box for a day before
yeah,
it gets down to the post office.
yeah. When I have fish to send on Monday, Sunday night they get bagged. If I'm using a breather bag, right? If I'm not, and it depends on the fish, when did they eat? I think about all those things. If it's a guppy and I fed them 4 hours ago, they're going in breather bags. That's it.
Mm.
Because they're guppies, I mean, their digestive tract is very quick and inefficient. They eat
Oh,
and
yeah.
poop 2.5, 3.5 hours later. That's it, right? So 4 hours later, I know that some people like to feed their fish and basically starve them for a whole day before they ship them. Not necessary, guys. It's just I don't know of one tropical fish with a digestive tract that slow. It's
Plecos. I fed plecos too, actually, because
really,
they'll crap up the water in an hour or two.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but after you feed them, right? Usually, my experience has been, I mean, if you give them a good feeding and then that's it, you cut them off. a good 2.5, 3 hours later, they've already crapped out the water, right? Plecos.
Typically, what I'll do is I'll feed on Friday, nothing Saturday, nothing Sunday, bag Monday morning, and they're out the door. But I mean,
Okay.
they're bigger. They got those long digestive tracts, and it could be with just an abundance of caution too. I might be
Well, I
overdoing
mean,
it.
do you want to be refunding money and replacing fish and shipping
That's
replacement fish and all that? That's not fun. That's not fun.
Well, see, that's the biggest thing. It's
People
not
are
only
not happy.
cost. I don't want to kill a fish, and sometimes I don't have a replacement. I'm selling you what I have. So let's make sure it
You're
stays
right.
alive.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. Absolutely. It depends on the fish. It depends on the customer. Where are they going? I'm in Washington. Am I shipping to Northern California? That's easy. Am I shipping to Florida? That's different, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and we both have that consideration too. Invariably, like when I'm trying to use like Dick Gills or something, and you're trying to set up shipping. What you never know, by way of example, I can ship from Ohio to Texas in a day, but I can't get from Ohio to Michigan in less than 2 days. I've always kiddingly said it's got to be that Ohio-Michigan rivalry. They just don't want the damn box. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if I'm going out to where you're at, I mean, now we're 3 to 4. That there's nothing simple about that.
Yeah. And it depends on the fish. If you're shipping a bunch of discus, and the buyer's like, no, I demand you send them to me USPS priority, they're not going to be alive. They're probably not going to make it. Not discus.
Yeah, I won't do anything. We're either doing it overnight or we're not doing it at all. Because it's such a little upcharge to me, and I don't know. I just hate torturing fish.
Yeah.
There's enough issues with it. So, Well, gosh,
I appreciate you inviting me up, man. I just wanted to share a little bit about my personal experiences with breather bags. If anyone doesn't like them, totally get it. It's the breather bags versus no breather bags thing. It gets crazy and nasty. It's just a tool. If the tool works for you, cool. If it doesn't, definitely don't use it. Right.
Yeah.
But carbonate, in the water, stabilizes all that stuff. You won't drag any CO2 in at all.
Well, it's interesting too. I'd love to have you back one of these days because you mentioned RO water, and what I know about RO water would fit in a thimble because, so I've got the whole setup. I make the RO water, but there are so many people who talk to me. Well, you should remineralize it, and then I'm thinking, well, what the hell did I make RO water for? Why did I suck all that out just to put it all back again? Or how much do I put back?
Yeah, exactly. The idea is that some things like shrimp and definitely some plants and then some fish for sure, they don't like certain things in their water. Some plants don't like a lot of carbonate. Some plants do. Some plants, some fish, some shrimp. So the idea is for those really sensitive and generally speaking expensive, flora or fauna that we keep, the idea is to start with a blank slate, right? And to know exactly how much calcium I'm going to add for this, how many micros, how many macros, all of that stuff to build water. So what you're dealing with. That takes a huge commitment to do that because I do it and it's terrible. It's not fun building water,
And so many people say that, plecos require it, and it depends on the pleco. I got 046s that I've yet to have spawn, but they're just hitting the sweet spot of 3 years. And people are saying, well, mix it 50-50 with RO. I'm thinking, it's a lot of damn work, but, maybe.
Well, you'll find that in fish keeping, like all things, I mean, there are as many quote unquote right ways to do things as there are hobbyists often. You know what I mean? Everyone's got their, oh no, you idiot, you got to mix it with deep well water. It's got to be deep well water. And then you have to stand 1 foot under a full moon while you mix in this.
I was just going to say collect on a full moon. Yeah, I've got the same thing going on there because I'm thinking, hey, what worked for me 6 months ago is working now. So, yeah, I'm with you. Hey, thanks so much. I don't want to hold you up all night, but I'd keep you here forever if you wanted to. But
no, I appreciate it. Man. I actually jumped. I'm working right now, and it's kind of quiet. So I thought, what the heck? I'll just jump up for a second.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Have a great week, man. Thanks.
Thanks you. You too. Oh, you betcha. See you next time.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Okay, see you. Bye-bye. All right, let's get back to the chat. That was awfully generous of him to come up here and school me up on that stuff and kind of teach you guys at the same time. Let's see, what have we got going on here? Dragon Lair's been taking care of the likes and clicky, and I appreciate that. I got 10 here, 10 likes. Bob Kaler's here. Hey, Bob. Benny, I'm pretty sure I said hello to you, but if I haven't, hello. Your panda guppy has not dropped yet. Well, it's only a matter of time, right? Let's see, what else have we got in here? Peplin Aquatics, hello. Good afternoon from Fish Fam, you bet. Let's see. Sharon Miller, I have 3. Hold on, jump down here. I have 3 adult long fin red bristlenose plex, 2 males and a female. My oldest male bred an albino long fin female several times, but he hasn't bred in quite a while. Don't know why. Well, I can't honestly tell you why either. Here's my luck, and it's all bad with albinos versus anything but other albinos. I get about 99% brown plecos from him, and certainly not a good thing, right? And calicos to albino, same thing. Reds to albino. So I don't know. You might want to sneak in another male and see what's going on. I don't know. Let's see. Dragon says he's fished for 2 days from Tennessee to Alabama. Yeah, I'm telling you, shipping has just gotten crazy here lately. Sean says ship the same way, do it Monday morning, not on Sunday. It is. That's just what I don't know. I'm obsessive that way. Want them in the bag, for as little as they possibly can be. Peplin Creek, hey, and saying hello to the Codfather. For those of you who don't know, Bob Kaler is the Codfather. Let's see, Skipper's Aquarium. Hello, Skipper. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. Make my mouse work. Sean said I do it the same way plenty of times. I've had poop in the bag with adults a day later, so I wait to ship then. If you watch, Dan's Fish, Dan Hugnut, he's got a system, and I've learned a lot from him. Matter of fact, I've learned almost everything I have from him, but I don't do it quite the way he does it. And so what he does is he sets up the bags, and he's got a whole system there, a bag, right? So he catches the fish, puts them in the bag with the water on day 1. Day 2, he changes the water on all of those bags because he knows they're going to be filled with poop. Then later in day 2, he'll go ahead and start to seal up the bags and oxygen them and all of that sort of thing. But even then, maybe later in the day, he might even need a second water change. So that's an interesting exercise. And as he has said, him and his buddy Pistol, who helps him out with a lot of his bagging, they refer to themselves as poop management. So, and I can understand that. Amy says, always pay for overnight shipping. Oh, Amy, you're an angel for doing that. I do too. I cannot tell you the number of people that argue with me over, maybe it's $20 more in shipping. I don't know. I said, you want to take the chance? Is that really what you want to do? You're already going to pay me $200 for fish. You don't like an $80 box charge, so shipping charge. So you want to get by with a $60, $50, something like that. It's like, I just don't understand it. So now I just won't even argue it anymore. If you don't want to pay for overnight, well, then apparently you don't want my fish, because even then it's a pain. You don't always know that you're getting them, on time and the way you think you are. Let's see. Skipper, hey, Streetwise, hey. I appreciate everybody stopping in. Amy says exactly why I use RO water. Oh my God. I mean, I can create RO water, but it's pricey, Every gallon you make, you throw away 1 to 2, depending on the system that you have. Then you may or may not have to mineralize it. My problem is I tried to figure this out one time. I'm probably sitting on around 3,000 gallons of water. I can't do, and I like doing 50% water changes. I cannot do 50% water changes twice a week on that volume of water. I can't make that much RO water. At that point, you're going to have to be an aquarium co-op, or, what's his name, the shrimp guy down in Warren, Ohio. I just don't have that kind of volume. Just can't do it. See, let's do Benny says I got to go do homework. Catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for stopping by, Benny. Study hard, man. Got to remember those days, Dragon Lair, let me try that again. Let's get Craig to 500 subs. Yes, let's get Craig to 500 subs. I know we're not supposed to actually say that word out loud, but I'm nowhere near 500. Let's get Craig to 500 subs. It's really funny how some people just manage to attract subs. And I think sometimes once you get a critical mass and you get things moving in one direction and you're consistent, then it kind of just grows from there. I'm just not to that point yet, but I have hopes that I will be. Sean says, yeah, my system is super similar to Dan, but I use Marina breeding box 1 day, 2 regular breeding box with fresh water on day 3, fresh water in bed, ship out. Here's my problem with the breeder box, and I need to ask Dan about this too. Breeder, Jesus, good Lord, the Marina breeder boxes. Every fish I have, be it a pleco or a guppy or whatever it is I sell, they will invariably jump out of that breather box, either onto the floor or out the lip and into the tank. Even if I have a lid on it, then they'll get out the lip and into the tank. If I sponge up or jam up the entrance, they'll beat themselves against the top until they're actually hurt themselves. So breeder boxes, for the love of God, do not seem to work well in my environment. So I don't know. Okay, Dragon, go check on those swords, buddy. Let's see. Amy says, you would need a holding container. I have 3 32-gallon containers. Yeah, I've got 3 50-gallon containers, but that's only 150. So I would need 1,500 gallons. I did the math on this. I can't make it that fast. I can make I want to say a gallon per hour, and then the price is just ungodly prohibitive. So no, that's not going to happen. Aquaballs, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Gnarly Fish Tanks, hey, Gnarly, thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. I really do. I don't know how many of you are getting tired of the COVID. I'm still observing all the rules. Staying home, stuck home, doing all the home stuff I'm supposed to do. And I don't resent it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Don't want to get into politics, but it is interesting how there are people who believe that it doesn't really exist, that it's being, inflated and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Danikin's here. Hey, Ken. Appreciate you stopping by. Ken, are you off on your whirlwind tour of the United States yet? For those of you who don't know, and I honestly don't know the whole story, but it seems to me that Ken is going to stop by and visit absolutely everyone in the physical United States and say hello. And I know that's not true, but I thought it'd be fun to just say that. You get in my neck of the woods, Let's see, Peplin. Hey, just announced only online school. Oh, Peplin, where are you at? I really would like to know that. Sharon, does anyone do dirted tanks? I've tried and it really is working for me. I don't have to change water, just top off, check my water off, and always no ammonia. I have not, Sharon, I have not done a dirted tank. I know Father Fish does them. Lots of knowledge to be gained there. See, my problem is I tease myself into thinking I'm doing production tanks, lots of spawning, lots of turnovers. I'm not trying for pretty aquariums with plants in it and stuff like that, but I think there's a lot to be said for the dirted tank if that's the direction you want to go streetwise. I love the Wallstead method. Um, all I can think back is there was a movie in the old days with Peter Lorre and Boris Karloff wanted to actually, do something bad to this guy. And, Peter Lorre saying, no, not the Melbourne method, Johnny. No, don't do that to him. You can't do that to him. So all I can think of is the Wallstead method. God knows if that's, like a Peter Lorre kind of thing or something. Sean said, try to dirt it once, probably won't do it again. Sean, it probably did not work well for you, did it? Peplin, North Central Wisconsin. Interesting. I think, I would love everything to work wonderfully for kids because there's no doubt that, learning online is just difficult. My grandkids do it, but it's a biblical undertaking. It just really is. So, and God knows I don't want anything bad to happen to kids. So I hope it all works out best way possible. Edgar's just driving me nuts here. And he was OUT, and I have to spell it, of course, right? Because not like he hasn't been bothering me enough here. So, and I don't really want to stop and have to actually let him do that. But so how about the rest of you guys? What you got going that's interesting? Lori's Crochet Corner. Hey, Lori. I am glad you stopped by. Thank you so much. Bob Keeler says, having Wi-Fi issues at my live stream LFS location, working with the owner on it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, and you should know, Bob is doing a live stream after me. Sounds like he's going to be at his local fish store, but he is having trouble with the bits and the bytes and the Wi-Fi. So they're going to work on that and see what can get going. Let's see. Let me back up. Dragon Lair swords were good. Added to the pond. Oh, that's excellent, Dragon Lair. I'm glad that they did. Aqua balls. Now that's the problem with the dirted tank. No ammonia means no nitrogen. Some steam plants will not grow well. Some plants will love my dirted tank. All right. Aqua balls, we could probably use more detail, but I think I understand what you're saying there. Let's see. Sharon Miller says, what book? Streetwise says, The Ecology of the Planted Aquarium. Diana Wallstead. That's the Wallstead method. It had nothing to do with Peter Lorre and Boris Karloff. Okay. Streetwise, it is the book for organic soil tanks. All right. Ken says, hello, Sharon. I notice how Ken has dodged my question of visiting every single aquarist in the entire world or in the entire United States here. I'm just teasing. Yeah, I think I have heard of Diana Wallstead's book, but I have not read it because I got to tell you, I need less work in the fish room, not more. And I understand that once you get it established, it becomes less work, but that's kind of not where we're at right now. So it would take a biblical undertaking to, get it there. What do I want to say? Before there was less work, I guess. So Lori says, hope everyone is well today. And we hope you are too, Lori. Lori, just said to me here very recently, and I really appreciate it, Lori. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering this correctly, that she came via Catfish Terry's channel. So needed a sip here. Let's see, George. So anyway, thanks, Lori, for stopping by. George, Dragon Lair. So George just set up a dirty tank, got a size shark ADV 600 internal filter port. It's going good. Got it heavily planted. Fantastic. Okay. Lori says, I used to have a tank. You have no tank now, Lori? Is that what I'm catching? You're gonna be like Catfish Terry. You're gonna make this taunt you back into keeping multiple tanks. Let's see what else is going on here in the stream. Let me head here a little bit on a pivot till I figure out what the heck's going on. Hey, let's see, Aqua Balls. I have the book. It's amazing. You will learn a lot from the book. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I for those of you who can look behind me, there's a library of books there. It actually goes most of the way around the room. Used to be such an avid reader, and I want everything to be on a Kindle or a handheld, because now it's like, if I can't see it, I want to be able to put my fingers on there, spread them apart and make it bigger. And I tried doing that to books, and turns out it just doesn't work that way. So, love it to be on a Kindle. What I really love is to have it on an Audible or an audio book, Bob says, Craig, if you want to read it, I'll send you mine. Bob, I wouldn't mind having a look at it. Just kind of loath to pay for it. So sure, I wouldn't mind reading it, and I'll flip it back to you as soon as I'm done. Streetwise says, one of my videos is a full live setup of organic soil planted outdoor tubs. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, I am on StreamYard, and I don't think I'm going to try and do something here. Be patient with me. Come on, brain. And I'm going to try and take this over here. Okay, let's see here. Streetwise. Let me see. 1 on 2. Okay, you are now a moderator, Streetwise. So if you felt like putting up that link for any of your videos, that would be great. Let's see what else we've got over here. And anybody else who has the inclination, what would really be great is if somebody let the dog out. Who let the dog out? Certainly not me. Not me. Let's see. Dragon Lairs, keep a magnifying glass by my reading spot. The problem is doing this on StreamYard, and I'm not doing it on YouTube, and I should do, but so let me back up here a little bit. Aqua Balls, did you know some plants have chemical warfare in the tank if you put them together? You're beyond my pay grade in that, man. Rebuilding our brand. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Hello, SFA. Bob Keeler's giving me the thumbs up here. Streetwise, you can highlight and bookmark on Kindle. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I thought you were going to keep my place in the chat here. Let's see, Streetwise, any ebook. Yep. Okay, Streetwise just put up the link to his video. I hope you would all. So for starters, if you guys don't all sub to each other in here, please do that. Please support each other. Okay, take care of each other that way. And then for Streetwise, go in and look at his video. That always helps. Give him a thumbs up. Give him some love. Everybody do that. Okay. Sean says, I have my dog out currently, but does that count? Apparently not. Edgar certainly seemed to think that it does. He's got a whole different agenda going on here. So I don't want to overstay my welcome, so I got to figure out what time it is here. Well, we got about 15 minutes left here. And what I really want to do is I want to get out of here in time for you guys to, if you need a bio break or something like that, but I want you to get to Bob on time because Bob's at his local fish store, and I don't want you to have to miss any of that. So let's see, Aquaballs, it's an expensive little book, 30. Yeah, I know that nothing's cheap, especially on these specialty ones, right? Oh, Street. No, glad. Yeah, and Aquaball says, hi, Streetwise just subbed. Yeah, take care of each other. We really got to help each other out. That's the whole idea behind the fish family. Skipper's here. I don't know that I said hello to you. And thank you for stopping by. Yeah, and obviously, if you guys aren't subbed to me, I would sure appreciate that if you would. But take care of each other too, okay? Like each other's videos, support each other's streams. Stop by doing the stuff that you and rebuild our brand. Is in here saying hello to Gnarly Fish. And so again, really appreciate you guys. Let me go up here. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone, but I'm going to probably try and end this thing about 5 minutes early so you guys can get to Bob on time. Let's see what's going on here. And that is probably about it inside the chat here. So, anybody got anything else? Yeah, Dragon says, y'all making my life easy. 17 and 20 likes. I appreciate that so much. Let's see, the other thing I got to do in here too. Let's get over here. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, and don't forget Dan's Fish is on later. Typically, there's 15 live streams on Wednesday. I believe there are only 3 on today. And this is only the second one of the day. So you guys should be just, tanned and rested and ready and ready to get with all of this stuff, So, alrighty. Well, I think I'm done. Let's see. So you got, let's see, Bob, do you know what he's giving away this week yet? I haven't checked. I don't know either. Bob says the Wi-Fi issues are resolved. Store has been closed several months after a tornado and just reopened. Well, sorry they had a tornado. Glad they're reopened. Okay. So, all right, I'm not going to hold you guys up. Everybody go off and do the things that you need to and be there ready for Bob when he opens up. Thank you so much for visiting me, subbing, taking care of me, liking my channel, doing all the stuff that you guys do. Thank you so much. I will be back next week and hopefully have a fun topic to talk about. I'm working on a couple of different guests for coming weeks. I haven't been able to do it to now. So I'm going to go throw some andouille sausage and dirty rice on the stove. And you guys all have a great night. See you next time. Thank you so much. Love you all. Bye-bye.